Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
Remember?
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Jeopardizing a Coworker's Job Over a Joke? Now, this one does say it's not safe for work, so keep that in mind, but I don't really think it's that bad. There's a content warning on this one. There is sexual harassment. Hi, everyone. Long-time lurker, first-time poster. I'm a 22-year-old female, and I work in retail business that's typically male-dominated. Normally, this isn't an issue. The guys I work with are all very nice, helpful, and respectful. Then there's Jacob. Jacob, a 20-year-old male, is a real piece of work. He flirt, he kiss ups to people, and to be honest, he's a borderline creep. He has a reputation for chatting up the girls in our department, as well as being quite handsies when the opportunity allows. Side hugs, patting backs, arms, etc. We largely just ignore him, but it's pretty uncomfortable. When Jacob talks to me, he tends to take an ordinary subject and twist it so it becomes sexual in nature. He plays it off as a joke and laughs, but I don't think it's very funny. I just find it uncomfortable. His most recent joke really rubbed me the wrong way. I told him about an outing I had gone on with my boyfriend and two mates of ours from my workplace. Jacob got this stupidly smug look on his face and said, "Wow, 3 boys on 1 girl, exciting." I laughed along despite being uncomfortable, and I let him ramble on, making more crude jokes when he blatantly just sexualized anything I said and then left. A few days later, another coworker urged me to report Jacob's bad behavior to a manager. I was very hesitant at first, but ended up telling a manager the gist of what Jacob was doing to me. Here is where I think I might be the jerk. The manager and my coworker both implied that this might be the thing that gets Jacob fired. He could lose his job because I complained about a joke he made. I'm very conflicted. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
OP, you should not be concerned at all. There's workplace sexual harassment training that I'm sure Jacob has undergone, and he is still doing this, right? In spite of all that, he is being a creep, and he's making you uncomfortable. And I think that chances are that if he gets fired because of this, then this is not the first time that he has made these kinds of remarks, and that he has been told in the past that this kind of stuff is completely inappropriate. People do not get fired for first time offenses, right? That's just not the reality of the situation. It's expensive to go through a hiring process. It's expensive to train up new people. Jacob is in all likelihood a serial sexual harasser. I think that you are for sure not the jerk in this situation, and I think that Jacob is very well probably going to get fired if this is his MO. So hopefully his future job, he learns not to be a creep. That's my thoughts. Anyhow, take care and good luck. The thing that gets one fired is almost always the last straw sort of deal. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. He should lose his job. They legally need a reason, and you gave them one, not the jerk. And OP says, true, I was told very vaguely that Jacob has been told a few times for similar reasons in the past. See what I say? This is not the first time that Jacob has done stuff like this. He's making people wildly uncomfortable, and OP, you should not feel uncomfortable at work. You should feel safe, you should feel respected, and you shouldn't feel like you're being objectified while you're trying to do your job, right? And that's just what this boils down to. He is making your workplace hostile, and it's well deserved that if he gets fired in this case. If his manager hearing the truth about something he did gets him fired, Jacob got fired himself. Same as if you told your manager he was being rude to coworkers or punching people in the face. His own actions are getting him fired, and thank all of the deities that we finally live in a world where this kind of bad behavior gets you fired. It's even more basic for me. If Jacob doesn't want to get fired for telling people inappropriate jokes at work, then Jacob shouldn't have made inappropriate jokes at work. If OP accurately reported actionable behavior, then whatever consequences Jacob faces are on Jacob. Our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for going back on my promise that all will be forgiven if my boyfriend's friend pays for the damage he did? I'm a 23-year-old female, and Ray, a 24-year-old male, and I have been living together for 4 years. We bought a house when we were still in college, and I'm a software developer, and my work is productivity-based, and I usually work late afternoons, 3 to 4 a.m. This is even mentioned because Ray's 3 best buddies love coming to our house. They all say it's great for everyone. Their girlfriends are not upset, they are loud at their place or drunk at the bar, and I really don't mind the ruckus as I blast Metallica and often scream while I code. I really don't mind that they have a guys' weekend at our house as long as Ray cleans up the mess afterwards, which he does. Well, the 4 of them got really drunk a month ago and decided it was really the best idea to put on all of my makeup. $500 to $600 worth of skincare, eyeshadows, lipsticks, just half used and with hair pieces in them, inserting me vomiting a little. After I tell them all off, everyone save for Cole, a 24-year-old male, agrees to split the cost and pay up for the damage. They take the cash and I look at Cole expectantly. The last one of the bunch. He says no way he's giving me $150 and I can go away for all he cares. Ray got into an argument with him, and Cole stormed out like a little kid. Good riddance. Ray apologized profusely and said Cole will come around. I brushed it off and said I don't really need him to come around. He's got to apologize and pay for what he owes. Until then, I don't want him in the house. Well, 2 weeks pass and Cole comes by, which is a little strange because Ray is out. I let him in and he walks into the living room and tosses a pile of crumpled small bills on the couch. And he says, "There, enjoy. I'm sorry. I guess I'm the only one that will question your pricing." I asked if he was accusing me of lying about the worth of my makeup, and he goes, "Accusing? I'm telling you, there's no way that junk is worth all that much. It doesn't matter, I gave you the money and the apology. I don't want to deal with this anymore." I kicked him out, texted Ray, Cole will enter our house over my dead body, and went to do work.
That wasn't even an apology.
Yeah, I mean, there was no apology there. That was not an apology. An apology is, I am sorry for doing this bad thing. Please forgive me. Ultimately, I ruined something beautiful. They tried once to stay at someone else's place and got the cops called on them for being loud. It's an apartment building. Now, somehow, I'm at fault. Cole has let Ray know that he will apologize for real if I lift my ban, but oh my goodness, can you apologize because you were wrong and a jerk? Cole's girlfriend texted me as well. She started off nice but got sour at the end and said, quote, "You promised you would let him off the hook if he pays up, and he did, and you went back on your word. Arguably, you are worse than him. Can you not ruin a schedule that works well for everyone? Come on, OP, stop trying to make a point. They've all been friends for nearly 20 years. And I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh. As I've seen the phrase go along, is this the hill to die on? Am I the jerk? Things to keep in mind. They are loud because they play video games and drink beer. They are not drunk every single weekend, I wanted to clarify, because people seem to think that they were getting drunk every week. My makeup is in the bathroom that everyone uses. I have old lipsticks, eyeshadows to do Halloween makeup, and we have some cheap drugstore makeup for different games and get-togethers. With that said, it's still unacceptable to go through my stuff without clearing it with me. I am willing to forgive it because the majority of them were apologetic and offered to immediately pay for the damage. Ray is upset with Cole and backed me up. However, they are not going to stop being friends because of this particular event. Each their own here. I'm not upset with Ray about that. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
OP, it would be different if he apologized and was actually like civil to you, but he wasn't even civil to you. He just treated you like you were trying to cheat them, right? And I think that's completely unacceptable. Like you want to use makeup after they've had their face and skin all over it, right? No, that is not a problem at all. You know, some tubes of lipstick cost a lot of money. I'm
wearing a $20 lipstick right now, and that's not even expensive.
It's ridiculous that these people would think that this is just cheap, drugstore makeup. OP is a software developer. Probably they're buying themselves good makeup too, right? If they like makeup and invest in it. So I for sure don't think OP is the jerk because, he didn't even offer a real apology. It would be different if he had come along and been like, you know what, OP, I'm really sorry. I think I really acted out of line here. I was just really upset. And, I'm sure OP seems reasonable enough. They wouldn't have gone back on their word at that point in time because that would have been a real apology. But, OP doesn't feel comfortable with this person who's not really even apologetic for ruining their stuff. And then also feels like they're a liar. Like, you're going to accuse me of being a liar and then expect me to want to let you back in my house, right? Yeah, I don't think that OP is under any obligation to let them back in under that pretense. That's just my thought.
All he'd have to do is go to the Sephora website, like.
Yeah, just bring him to a website and be like, look, these are the makeups and this is how expensive it is. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, he didn't apologize, he called you a liar. Die on this hill, that man can't come into your house again. OP needs to text everyone in the group exactly how it went down because I guarantee that Cole lied about just giving the money and apologizing. OP, you didn't go back on your word either. You let him into the house after the apology. Now they aren't letting him in the house because he's a massive jerk that called you a liar to your face. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have a tea right here.
I have mint tea.
And let's grab a joke. What is the difference between a cat and a comma? One has claws at the end of its paws, and the other has a pause at the end of its claws. A little bit of a grammar joke for you. And I have mint tea. Alright folks, our last letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Telling My Husband that I won't be cooking for him anymore because of the comments he made? My husband doesn't know how to cook, and he's also not a fan of the food I cook from my country of origin. Seeing him live off fast food motivated me to learn to cook his family's common meals. It took me a little while to get it done properly, but now I can cook an entire list of his favorite meals. He praises my cooking and encourages me to cook more. Well, while eating dinner at his parents' house, I had to excuse myself to go wash my hands after I was done. I left the table and my husband was still eating. As I was making my way back, I heard his dad tell him to take it easy because he was eating a lot. He then asked my husband if I cook for him and if he eats well at home. My husband said that I do cook for him, but the food I make can only be fed to pigs, not humans. I was hurt and so offended. I showed up in front of him and told him I will no longer be cooking for him after this comment. He was turning in his seat as I walked right past him. I took my purse and I said that I was heading home. He got back later saying that it wasn't like that and that even if it was, then I should be happy he still eats my food when it's not perfect yet. He said that he was trying to protect my feelings and that I hurt him when I said I wouldn't cook anymore. Edit, hi all, I'm sorry I posted this when I went out and only read a few comments, and at first I felt hesitant to respond, but now I'm overwhelmed. I just want to let you know, those of you who are interested in more details, that my husband is staying with his dad right now because I didn't cook. He said that I thought I overreacted and that I wasn't actually going to basically starve him by going through with my threat. I told him that he could stay there all he wants. After that, he said he won't be back till I go back to cooking, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. He can stay there, no pressure. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
OP. This is like one of those situations you see in a sitcom where somebody is caught saying something or doing something red-handed. You caught him red-handed, insulting your cooking, and that's really wildly unfair to you, OP. And he, certainly it's one thing to not necessarily find someone's cooking as good as another person's cooking, right? People are going to have different skills. But to phrase it this way and to say that, oh, the food that she cooks me is inedible, well, how unedible is it now that he's not eating it? That's what my thoughts are here. He did this to himself. All he had to do was say that, oh, I just really enjoy the cooking here, so thanks for cooking. And then that would have been fine.
Make it into a dig at his wife.
Yeah, he didn't need to tear you down in order to make a point about enjoying the food.
And clearly he appreciates Opie's cooking if he's over at his dad's house sulking because he's not getting fed anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think that you're the jerk, OP. And this guy deserves every bit of not cooking that you give him.
Yeah, you're better off without him.
Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. Whatever is wrong with him, I would never cook for that guy again. Right? If he knows that it's not perfect for him, nothing's stopping him from giving it a try. And the part of OP hurting his feeling? Oh my goodness, not the jerk. Seriously, I asked my husband for constructive feedback with my cooking, and it's like pulling teeth. He's of the thought that if I'm taking the time to cook us a meal so we're healthier and don't spend as much money on takeout, why would he, quote, tell me what I did wrong? But even if I do mess up a recipe, he would never say that only pigs could eat it. Opie is so not the jerk, and Opie's husband can go live in the barn since it seems like he was raised in one. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like, and if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.